In addition to the databases and library catalog, students can also use Google Scholar to search through the library's academic and scholarly materials. Here I've pulled up Google Scholar, and in order to link it to the Texas Tech Library materials, it's actually a very easy process that I'm going to go through right now. So I'm going to start by clicking in the top left corner for the menu, and then I'm going to go down to the cogwheel and click on Settings. And from this page, I'm going to click on Library Links. And my computer's already set up, but you'll type in Texas Tech Library, and that will bring up some options. The first one that's selected there, FT at TTU Lib, that is the main university library. That's the one I definitely want to select. And then these other two options are the Health Science Center Library and the Law School Library. So if anyone has access to those libraries materials through their program, whether they're pre-law, pre-med, or whatever, you can select those as well. I'm going to leave those blank. And once I've selected the main library, I'm going to click Save. So it looks like nothing's happened here, but this Google Scholar is now linked to the library's materials. So if I do a complicated search or a simple search, like one I did earlier today, I will still have all of my Google Scholar results. So you see up here at the top, I have more than 5 million results, but every time the library has access to one of these titles, we have it indicated with this FT at TTU Lib link here. So that means full text at TTU Library. So notice these first three have it, not that fourth one, but the fifth one does, etc. So if we have it, we'll have this link there. So if I was interested in looking at one of these, I can click on this link here, and it will take me from Google Scholar into the library's materials to where I should be able to find the full text. And it looks like I do have this one in this Elsevier Science Direct Freedom Collection here. So now I'm in this particular database where this title lives, and here is all the information about it, and here is my PDF that I can download. And so you see I was able to navigate from Google Scholar into this database and get to the full text of the document I wanted. Depending on how these databases interact with Google Scholar, sometimes the short link here is going to be the one you want to use, and sometimes it's the title link that's the one you want to use, and sometimes both of them work just fine. So in this case, both of them got me where I wanted to go. But if you're in a situation where you click on one of these and it doesn't work, most of the time the other one will get you where you need to go. But if you try both of those and it doesn't work, at that point I would say pull up the library's website and then get in contact with one of your personal librarians to get access to that, or you can talk to Document Delivery, also called Interlibrary Loan here, and you would just fill out a request for that item. In this case, this is a journal article, so I would grab the information here from Google Scholar. So here's my citation, my authors, my title, my page numbers, all the things I would need to fill out this form here. I can just enter that and submit my request. In this case, I may also add a note like, found this in Google Scholar, but the link was broken. So if you're in that sort of situation, that lets the library know maybe it was our fault, maybe it was Google's fault, but the link was broken and it needs to be fixed so it doesn't happen in the future. Unfortunately, with as many students and resources as we have, sometimes links do break. Going back here into Google Scholar, there are some features here that I really like when compared with some of our databases and our library catalog, and one of those are the citation numbers. So if I was looking at this resource, I see it's been cited over 2,000 times. That's usually a really good sign. That means this work has a very prominent place in the field. It's been cited by a lot of different other titles since it was originally published. The flip side of that is if you have a resource that has like 0 citations and it's been out for a long time, that might mean people don't respect or trust that author, or it's in a journal that is not respected in that field, or for whatever reason it was published and it had no impact upon the literature of that field. So that could be a red flag. Another thing I really like with Google Scholar is if I really liked this resource, I of course would read through it and I would look at the author's bibliography to look for other sources I might look at. But I also have this related articles feature here, and these are items that are going to be very similar in subject area and in scope to that original work. And if I liked that first one, I might like some of these as well, so I might take a look at some of these. So that is Google Scholar in a nutshell. I recommend it in addition to our databases and catalog, not replacing them, of course, but it's another tool that you can use in your toolbox. And if you do use it, I highly recommend you link it to the library's materials. So if we do have access to these items, you'll be able to get to the library's materials more easily.